Hi everyone, it is FCA and I'm going to do a get ready with me. I kind of decided to do this a little bit last minute, so I do already have some steps on my face. I work in a manufacturing plant, so for me it's all about I need staying power because I do not have the time at work to do a lot of touching up. So I like things that I put on once and stay. So what I already have done is my skincare. I've also done the prep steps of, I used my Wet n Wild Glass Correct primer, and I put on a small squirt of this Milani Soft Focus Glow. This is in the dark color. My one complaint about this is that it smells very heavily of vinegar, but that does go away after a minute. I also just started, I put on my Bobbi Brown concealer in Bisque. This is the Corrector stick. So as you can see, I have that under my eyes. And I'm going to be using my Covergirl Outlast. That's the one with the red cap in number 840 Natural Beige. This says that it's 24-hour transfer resistant. That's great for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squirt out pretty decent pump size and just sort of dot it around my face. And then I'm going to put a little more in areas where I could use a little extra coverage, and then just whatever's left on my finger, just kind of spread that about. I already have a sponge that's wet. It is a clean sponge. It's just a stain sponge, and that happens. I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm going to pop that just a little bit on areas. I have a bit of a breakout thing going on. And then with my same sponge, I'm just going to kind of tap that around. It does get really hot. It actually gets more humid. We have salt baths in my factory, and the molten salt gets really, really humid. And it can get pretty warm in there. The warmer it is outside, the more unpleasant it is on the inside. Now, I run cold. I'm a cold-bodied person, so I can handle that a little bit more, but I still do not want sweaty dripping off of my face. Just making sure everything is nice and blended there. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my Fit Me Poreless, Matte Poreless and Fair Ivory. This is number 105. And this is just, I'm going to use this as a translucent powder. My camera is set right behind where I put all of my brushes. And I'm just going to grab a big brush. This one's the Full Flawless Face from Bare Minerals, but it's just, I just grab one of my fluffy brushes. Just tap it in there a little bit, give it a little tap extra, and just place it where I need staying power, which is the entire face for me. Some people don't have that, but it's just a light dusting. I don't need, you know, don't need to scrub it in. You don't need to completely go crazy. There. Then I'm going to go in with a blush. Actually, no, I'm going to start with my contour. This is the Milani Liquid Contour in number 2 Ginger. So there's already a decent amount of stuff kind of squeezed out there. And you just kind of got to draw it on. Just kind of got to dot it on anywhere where you contour. And it is this nice deep, but medium deep. And there's 4 different shades, so you know, if there's cocoa for very deep skinned people, there's paprika for people who are a little less. And I like to go ahead with my sponge and do this to tap it out because it blends so nicely, and I don't need it to be too intense because the rest of me is not super bronzed or tan looking. But this will give me the chisel where I want the chisel, with very easy goingness. Okay, so I'm going to use my Tarte Luminous Pink. This is one of their domed shape tape glow blushes. So I'm going to skip the highlighter because this is really glowy and blushy. It has a pink and gold. It's really pretty. My mirror went down here. There's nothing like having a beautiful glowing cheek going into a factory. I'm one of the only people who wears makeup because they're like, why would you wear makeup in a factory? Why would I not wear makeup? I'm in a factory. That's my view on it. I'm going to go ahead and use Milani Eyeshadow Primer. It's just a really good primer at a really good price. Go ahead and pop this on. And my idea is it's springtime, it's May, and I want to brighten up the dinginess that can be in a manufacturing plant. So I'm going to use, in my Z palette, this is the color Maybe from Illamasqua. And I'm just going to be using my 610 Koki brush. It looks like it's dirty because I did use it yesterday, but I did clean it off. So we should be just fine. Just going to go ahead and lightly pop that onto our lid. Nothing. Yellows and oranges look so good against blue eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Now I'm going to go in with this flat, floofy brush. And we're going to be going, this is the original 88 shimmer, original palette, not shimmer palette, from Coastal Scents. We're going to be going 6 over, 4 down into this lilac shade. So right there. This one. It looks a little bit more blue on camera, but it will come off a lot more purple in the lid. I didn't use a transition color because putting a purple or a blue with a transition color, which are normally brown, makes them really muddy. And you have to tap very carefully because you do not want to over blend with a yellow or you will get a murky brown color. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. There we go. And then underneath my eyes, I'm going to use a really flat, stiff brush and just put it into a muted grass green and put that right under the lid. It's not a lot of color, it's just putting a little something there. I feel like putting either of the other two colors under here would be a lot. But that's just a little hint of color. It's just like, ah, there's something there. It's not too much. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to put this back in here, but it was stuck. I'm going to use my Better Than Sex eyeliner from Too Faced. I don't know how to do this so that you can watch too, because I'm trying to do this in my mirror. Oh, I made a boo-boo. It's okay. I can fix it. Then for this eye, I usually start with the wing on the outside first. Then go through, start in the middle, pull it back. There we go. I'm just going to fix up the little boo-boo I made. Okay, for my eyebrows, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow. This is in the color taupe. It's almost gone. As you can see, I can't put it up anymore. So this is probably the last time I will use it to fill in my brows. But my brows are already pretty thick. There's just a couple areas that I think really could use a boost of color. Just get it on there. Gonna use the spoolie side. Brush them up and out. And it pulls the color through as well. Some people are like, why do you put makeup on your eyebrows? That's what guys at work will ask me. And it's like, because you're gonna put a whole face of makeup on and just leave your eyebrows. Eyebrows frame your face. They just don't realize how kind of important that is. What time is it? I gotta go make my lunch. And this is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Again, I'm all about making things last. I'm going to throw on my mascara. I'm going to be using my Shu Uemura eyelash curler. This part freaks guys out. Have you ever seen guys who are not around people who do makeup? Or even girls who aren't around people who do makeup? They freak out when they see this thing, and they're like, it looks like a torture device. I'm going to be using the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, so I'm going to do that. That's really hard for me to do here when my mirror is here, so hold on. Okay, got mascara on. I'm going to be using the Badescu facial spray with Aloe, Chamomile, and Lavender. It's the purple one. This is a decent setting spray. It does not give like the super hold that Urban Decay All-Nighter does, but it does enough for what I need to do because this is a bit sticky and can make my face feel a little bit tight. So most of the time I go for the Badescu. It lasts long enough, and everything else, the primer, the foundation, they last long enough to keep me going all day. Let's see. For lip color, I am going with Milani's Matte Fetish lipstick in Voyeur. Or actually, I think this is the Fetish Bombs. They're very smooth on the lips. It's a nice bright pink. Some people might think this is a little overkill, but I'm just going to give a blot with the tissue. That will mute it down a little bit. I'm not a very subdued kind of person. And again, I'm in a factory. I want it to be bright. The last thing I usually do is because my bangs get all crazy from me doing my makeup moving around, is I put my hair back into place. And we're ready to go. I will see you in the next one. I hope that you enjoyed this bright look. And again, everything's customizable. If you don't like the purple yellow combo, if you think the lipstick's too much, do you? This is just what I was doing to get ready with me. And I will see you in the next video.